Hey everyone, welcome to a special Walking Dead Season 4 finale episode of Did You See? It's a mini episode, and spoiler alert. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. We're going to be talking about The Walking Dead the last couple of episodes, so I don't want to hear any complaining. Anyone saying, hey, you guys spoiled this fucking TV show for me. So listen to this after you've seen the show. Go watch the show, catch up, make sure you've seen all the episodes from up to the finale of season 4, and then come back and listen to our mini episode and tell us if you agree with us. Or tell us if you don't agree with us. I don't know. Just listen to it. And hopefully you'll be entertained. So listen to our podcast, and we hope you enjoy the shit out of it. Welcome to another episode of Did You See? It's me, JP.
And Gino.
I'd like to give a shout out to a couple of people, friends of the show, that have been contributing a decent amount and participating on our Facebook page, namely Genius McGee and Jessica Fan.
Jessica Fan is like our super fan.
Yes, thank you very much for, you nailed it. Got it.
Yes.
Jessica's super fan. Thanks for contributing. And the suggestions. She actually came up with a couple of good suggestions. Did you see the one that she suggested that we do a video of us using the Oculus Rift?
Oh my gosh. I want one of those.
If anyone knows how to put us in a room with a guy that has an Oculus Rift so that we can demo it, we will take videos of it in all its full glory and us freaking out and falling down like the other reaction videos that are online.
Do you want to kind of explain what an Oculus Rift is? Or do you
go ahead.
Well, they actually tried to do this several times, but I think technology is now at the level where it's at home virtual reality system. So you pretty much wear a TV on your face.
Yeah.
And then you have a headset on at the same time, and the tracking of your head movement is supposed to be pretty spot on, where your body is so tricked in believing it's seeing a real space. Like if you were looking off the edge of the cliff in a video game, your body would react to it looking off like a 200-foot cliff, and people cannot seem to handle it.
Well, it's because you're not moving, too. You're not actually moving, but your vision is perceiving that you're moving.
So if you Google Oculus Rift or put it on YouTube, you see a bunch of people playing really, primitive video games. They look like PS1 games. Most of them are all motion sensitive, so it's like you're on a roller coaster. And you see people, just like when you were a little kid and you used to play Nintendo, or my sister would always do this, and you'd have to jump with Mario. Her hands and her whole body would jump as Mario would jump. So people are standing or sitting in their chairs, and they're on this virtual roller coaster, and they're pretty much freaking out and falling, sometimes on their faces.
Yeah, people have to stand behind them. People have to stand behind them and catch them.
I think this could catch on. If they keep the cost pretty low, it might be the future of entertainment.
Yeah. I mean, it's, what is it, like $300, $400? Like $400 for the headset?
Well, Facebook
what they're doing.
Facebook just bought the company.
Yeah, Facebook just bought Oculus.
For $2 billion.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's a lot, but it's a lot for an unproven commodity.
Exactly what I was just about to say. It was an unproven piece of technology how it does in the marketplace.
Disney bought Star Wars for $4 billion, and that's
Yeah.
going to pay off like 100 times. You know, you're going to get the return on that 100-fold, maybe more.
I didn't actually think of it in those terms, but yeah.
That's pretty crazy. And the thing that's scary is, what is Facebook going to do with it? They're not a gaming. They're not a gaming company. You're going to play Farmville on Oculus Rift?
It's a fully immersive Farmville. It's going to be Farmville. Isn't there one that you make roller coasters and shit? I don't know. I don't like Candy Crush too. You can play that. I don't even know what that is. I know it's like a really popular and people get obsessed with it.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't played that either. I don't think I'm into those games enough where I get, sucked into it as everybody else does. But the thing with Oculus Rift is it's, unproven. Facebook's gonna do whatever the hell they want with it, and that's kind of. I really don't know what they're gonna do.
Are you gonna buy it and license it out, or I don't know.
But the thing is, they don't own the Oculus Rift is not like anyone else can build the same machine because PlayStation actually has their own version of a headset.
Yeah,
and it's gonna work with the PS4. And it looks really cool. It looks a lot better than the
Rift,
the Oculus Rift.
Because the Rift is it like sleeker and smaller? Because the Rift is pretty bulky.
Yes, it's definitely like PlayStationed out. But the thing is Rift is already on like version 3 and 4, and this is the first PlayStation version. So you would assume the Rift is a better version of it. So if Sony takes its time with it, then it could be. Imagine playing like Call of Duty or Zombies. Oh, yeah, it'd be insane.
Oh god, that would be so much fun. The Oculus Rift, one thing that I did see that sets it apart from other virtual reality headsets is that the field of vision is much wider. It's like 190 or it's bigger than 100. Much bigger than the normal virtual reality headset, which makes it more immersive. So it actually doesn't look like you're looking into a screen at all. On Shark Tank this past week, I think it was actually a rebroadcast episode, but there was a company that the guy was selling a virtual reality platform where it came with like special shoes that are no traction shoes, and you stand in this circle, and they use the Oculus Rift as the headset that you put on. So when you're playing the game, it showed like a shooter game. The guy's holding one of those just shooter guns that you can buy, and you have to run. And so he runs, and it's amazing. And you're kind of like you wear a belt around yourself, around your waist, and it kind of holds you in place a little bit.
It's like a zero gravity treadmill. Have you ever seen athletes work out on those? They're on a harness, and they're kind of it's for people who are rehabilitating their legs. Like if they have an ACL injury or something like that, where they can run on a treadmill, but their body is being held up a little bit. Oh. It's probably the same thing. Like you said, there's a harness around you.
But it's not like a treadmill. It's like a bowl.
Yeah.
It's like
I'm just saying the harness of what's holding them up is probably the same thing on a zero-gravity treadmill.
Well, it's a bowl, and you slide around on it. And you can pivot, turn, and run, and you just run into place. But my thing is that generally people that are playing video games, although it's a good thing to get them up and exercising, they can't sit there and play things like Call of Duty or for hours and hours on end on something like that, because you would have to be beyond a Navy SEAL to be able to keep running during the game. You know what I mean? You just keep constantly going. Could you imagine playing 3 hours of?
We've had 4-hour marathon sessions of playing
Black Ops 2 Zombies.
Yeah, we would be in phenomenal shape.
No, we would be dead. We would have to be in Navy SEAL type shape to be able to do that. And I don't even know if that's good enough.
At least you said it was. The way you explained it, it makes sense. I was picturing them in like this circle, and when you said he has to run, like a guy just running in place, like with his knees going up and down. That's gonna look really stupid, or that's not fun.
Like where he's trying to touch his knees to his chest.
It's more like not an omnidirectional like treadmill, but it's like it'll just sense that you're going in this direction and you can actually run. But yeah, that's what I was picturing, was like just a guy running in place.
I can't remember what it was called, but yeah, the guy originally, he said, they asked him how much the unit is, and he said $4.99, and they were like, "Whoa, this is amazing."
Yeah.
And April goes, "Oh my God, I would totally get one of those for you."
Yeah.
But then again, it's $4.99 for the stand with the harness.
Okay.
Plus you have to buy the Oculus Rift, plus whatever the game is, and then that gun. The little, what do you call it? The little gun that you use.
Yeah. Can you imagine if film got into that? Like if it placed you in a movie and kind of,
oh my God,
wherever you looked, like say you were in Gladiator or you were in Braveheart and you were in the middle of war, and they've already filmed this, whatever 180-degree view. So wherever you looked,
like a 360.
Yeah, you could look over there and not, watch the main character, but you can just see some guy standing next to you. Like it could totally change the way.
Oh yeah, but
wait, you know where the Oculus Rift is going to go?
Porn. Yeah,
Porn.
Exactly.
Oh
porn
gosh.
movie. Oh my God, bukkake all over the place. It's just jizz coming from all directions.
And then someone's going to make like a smell, like a little humidifier machine where it just smells, and you're just like, that's where it's going.
Or you have one of those pods where it just like squirts gel all over you, so you can feel the jizz. It got in my mouth.
It's like you just pretty much buy one of those automated car wash things, but it's like a private thing. So you have like smells and like liquid.
Oh God. So we both watched The Walking Dead.
Yes.
The finale. We haven't gotten to do a podcast in a couple of weeks. We got really busy. You went to that wedding.
Yes.
I got a dog.
You got a dog?
Slammed at work.
Like 2 days after I said, "Don't get a dog because you'll get too attached to dogs." Remember we were talking about Marty?
I know.
So I sent you. That's what I sent you that text. I was like, what was I just telling you? Don't get a dog. You're screwed now. You're so screwed.
He is adorable.
Cut to you, 13 years from now, crying your fucking eyes out.
Oh, I've been there, man. I don't want to talk about that. Let's not think about it. But
you got a dog.
Yeah.
Archer. That's a cool name.
Yeah. So his name at the pound, we don't call it the pound anymore,
Shelter.
Right? The shelter or the adoption center, it's still the pound. His name there, they were calling him John. So not only is he Archer, like Sterling Mallory Archer from the show, but he's listening to me say his name. But he's also, since I've been watching Enterprise a lot recently, Captain Jonathan Archer of the Starship Enterprise. So it's a twofold name. But yeah, so back to The Walking Dead.
Which next season we should have like episodes dedicated to
The Walking
Dead because it's just it's incredible.
I love that episode with Carol and the. Oh, by the way, huge spoiler alert. We're going to be talking about The Walking Dead.
If you're not anywhere close to where it is live or it just was live, then don't listen to this. Yeah.
We are at the finale. We've finished the season finale.
Season 4 finale.
Season 4 finale. So go watch it, catch up, and then come back to the podcast. But that episode with Carol...
Yes.
And what's the girl's Lizzie?
Lizzie and Mika.
And Mika and Tyrese. That was I think that was just a perfect episode. It was absolutely perfect.
That'll be their Emmy nominated episode that they're going to send in.
That's
a perfect episode.
That's what I was saying to April. I'm like, this is what they should send to the Emmy. The Academy.
She could win. Carol could win something.
Oh,
in the Emmys.
She deserves to be nominated for sure.
Great.
That look at what is it? Just look at the flowers.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
That T-shirt everywhere now.
It's sent chills down my spine, and I can't. The way they revealed the that girl, how Mika was dead, and Lizzie was just a perfect picture of a psychopath.
Yeah.
Like, she was completely psychopathic.
But the reveal,
she had no idea that what she did wrong.
And right before that, though, when they showed the two girls, running away, and then Lizzie was actually killing them. That was the first time you saw her killing the zombies, and she said, well, sometimes we have to. So in her character, you're just like, oh, you saw the face, and you saw Carol's face, and she was like, okay, we got her. She's still here, because she realizes, like, these aren't her friends all the time. And then cut to the end of the episode, she's waiting for her sister to turn. Because, like, holy shit.
Yeah. So, or she said, are you talking about at dinner when she was like, I get it, sometimes you have to do, like...
Yes, but right before that, she killed several of them with a gun.
Yeah, but I think she was alluding to sometimes you have to do something that you need to do, and so she was like, I'm going to kill you, Mika. Oh my God, that was traumatizing.
Well, she was going to kill herself. Remember, she was telling Mika, she was like, I'll turn myself and I'll show you.
Oh God.
That I'll kill your friend. And then, for whatever reason, she changed her mind. She's like, I'm going to kill you, and then I'm going to kill the baby.
Yeah. Oh,
and she was like, I was going to do it to Judith, too. And they're just like, what? You're psychotic.
The way that episode was filmed was just beautiful.
Yeah.
It was beautifully done. I can see, it's really crazy, but that shot from inside the kitchen looking out the window when Lizzie's playing with the walker, it was so perfectly framed that I almost would take that still and put it up on my wall.
Yes.
In a frame. And
which I'm doing, what I'm doing on my wall is the Terminus map. Terminus. I was trying to get Brienne to do, I'm trying to get her to get little things in the house like that. Like, I have a Thor hammer hanging up on my coat hanger. I have a Green Lantern, power battery. And I was like, can we put this up on the wall? And it's like, no, can we do this? And I was like, how about the Terminus map? And she goes, oh, I think we could do the Terminus map.
Yeah.
It looks cool.
Yeah, there was this picture that Tony Moore did from the artist from the Walking Dead comic book. He was here not this year, but he might have been here this year, but he was here last year at Kansas City Comic Con or Planet Comic Con, and I really wanted to buy it, but I just wasn't able to. I still would like to get one from him, but it was really cool, and April was down with putting it up on the wall. I definitely want to take something from that show because everything's so nicely shot.
Yeah.
So you're
gonna have Glenn go to Terminus on your wall in blood.
I'm just gonna paint it on there.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna write Maggie, Sasha, Bob. So the season finale with Terminus. Remember what I was telling you last time? Or I think maybe on the phone, what I told you my prediction for Terminus was?
Yeah, you called it.
I called it. There are they're always barbecuing. You see people in a post-apocalyptic world, and they're barbecuing. They're always just grilling out.
Yeah.
And you're just like, wait, these people are definitely cannibals. Yeah. And it was only a quick hint to it. This cage that they ran by, when they ran into one of the warehouses, it was full of... human remain. It was full of skeletons that have just looked like they just got picked dry.
Like intact ribs, human ribs.
Yeah, but with meat still on it, just little pieces of meat. Yeah, it was totally nailed it.
Now, I guess I'm at the advantage and the disadvantage of reading the books, and I'm almost up to date on the books. So when you told me cannibals, I did not want to tell you cannibals happen. But the way that, and to get your Walking Dead fix from now until next October, is you should start reading the books because they hit the highlights that they want to hit, but it's like a remixed version of the book.
Okay.
So when Rick bites Joe on the neck, that has happened in the book.
Oh. When
they run into cannibals, that has happened in the book, but there's no Terminus. The characters are all switched around. Some are alive, some are dead. So I kind of know where they're going, and it's going to be amazing. But yes, you just have to start reading, because I know you're afraid, you don't want to be spoiled. But then when you see these characters come up, like Michonne, I was like screaming, like, wait till you see Michonne. Now she's fucking awesome, right?
Yeah.
Same thing happens with Abraham. And I don't know if they're going to do the same thing, but it's like they hit the points that Kirkman wants to hit, but it's so remixed that it's not going to spoil you. Kind of like, okay, I'm going to liken it to when you watch The Avengers, and at the end of The Avengers, we saw Thanos, and everyone that was like you and me, was just like, oh, this fucking Thanos, they're doing the Infinity Gauntlet at some point.
Yeah.
But the guy sitting next to me was like, who the fuck's that purple dude? You know what I mean?
Did they say that out loud?
Yeah, he's like, what the fuck's that supposed to mean? Because, like, you know, you have to wait there for, like, 12 minutes for the credits to go. And then he's like, that's what we wait around for, fucking purple dude.
Well, that was amazing, sir.
Yeah, but I was just like, you don't understand, that was the Infinity Gauntlet.
That's Infinity Gauntlet.
Exactly. So
you're just mouth breathing.
I'm waiting for that. Now that's how I'm watching The Walking Dead. So when the reaction to it on at least my Facebook wall was kind of mixed. Like, they were like, that's it? That's the end of the season? Then, like, there was no governor. There was no, you know what I mean? Yeah. There was no death of one of the main people that were left. So people were like, that was stupid. What does Rick say at the end? They're going to feel stupid.
Oh, that was awesome.
But they're going to feel stupid. And they're like, why? Because they don't know who they're messing with. In the comic, I sent you the panel. It was like, they don't know who they're fucking with. And I heard Robert Kirkman on a radio show, and they were like, how did you come up with that? Like, how did you come up with him biting that guy's neck? And, like, that's crazy. And he goes, I came up with that in 2005. You know.
Awesome.
Or 2000, maybe it was 2009. 2009, 5 years ago. 2009. He's hitting the points the shocking points in the book, but you don't know when they're coming. Because I did not see that coming until I was like, hey, that happened.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, it's awesome.
Was that Denise Crosby? That was kind of there was that like really kind of like almost hipster Metro guy that was kind of one of the leaders of that group.
They give him a name?
I'm not sure. About that.
I've only seen it once, so I didn't watch it up yet.
Denise Crosby was she played Lieutenant Yar, Tasha Yar from Star Trek: The Next Generation. She was the one that was grilling out.
Yeah, I didn't know
she was in charge of the grill.
People were familiar with that actress, but I didn't know who that was.
Yeah, she was the blonde lady from that show. I was like, is that that chick from Star Trek Enterprise?
That's her?
Yeah.
She got old quick.
Well, I mean, how old is that?
That's true. It was like in the 90s.
Don't compare her to Patrick Stewart, who's timeless.
Yeah.
But he doesn't age. Yeah, but I'm excited. I like that it ended on a cliffhanger. I did do the fucking yelling at the TV. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch. And yeah, April's like, there's no way that I could wait that long for this. I'm going to die.
Yes.
So maybe she's going to get into the comic book.
Now, and a quick way to do this, if you're listening and you want to read them, go to Amazon or go to Barnes & Noble. They sell compendiums now. Now there's 2 of them. I think it's down to like $30 on Amazon. It's $60 in the stores. And you get maybe the first 50 books in a real thick, like...
Yeah. I think my friend said like 40...
Real thick graphic novel.
I think my friend said it was like 48 in the first one.
Yeah.
It's only $30. That's not bad.
On Amazon, yeah. It's the cheapest way to get caught up. And it's... I don't know. I kind of want them anyway, even though I read them all. And I have them digitally. I want to kind of buy the compendium, just put them on my coffee table or something like that.
Right.
That's cool.
It's a big ass coffee table book.
Yeah. Yeah. There's 2 of them too. I like seeing Herschel again.
Oh, I missed him. I was so happy to see him again.
And I actually I didn't know, like, when you first saw him, I thought it was something we've seen already, but I guess those scenes took place between season 3 and season 4, like what we didn't see before.
Yeah.
But just having him back, you're just like, oh, I miss Herschel. And there's Patrick playing with fucking Legos. He's too old to play with Legos.
Oh, God, yeah. The diseased kid that turns into a zombie.
Yeah.
He's
it's like, you started the whole downfall of the prison.
He kind of did a thing to Rick. Don't judge me.
Yeah.
I know I'm too old.
But yeah, I love seeing him back.
I'm going to masturbate to Beth.
Oh, seriously. I think it's Carl. It's like Carl and Daryl are the two extreme opposites of who's going after Beth.
Yeah. Oh, God. One of the funny things is I did an early April Fool's Day joke on Facebook. I mean, it was going around. I didn't make it up, but it had a picture of Daryl from, I think, Pandorum.
Yes.
Getting eaten alive, getting gutted.
His intestines are like hanging. Yeah.
Yeah, and then a picture of Beth getting her throat slit, and that's, I guess, a spoiler, but no one really gives a shit about that. From spoiler alert, from The Following, she was in it, and she's getting her throat slit. Which the screenshot actually did look like it was from The Walking Dead. When I posted those two pictures and said, "Oh my God," in lowercase letters, spoiler, and in all caps, Daryl and Beth die in this finale of The Walking Dead, and people were just
Bree thought it was real.
Getting ready to murder me.
She goes, "Did you see that post Jake just put out?" And I was like, "It's fake." She goes, "Oh."
Yeah.
It's like you think they're gonna kill Daryl?
Yeah. Well, you really think that I would spoil it?
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way.
But besides that, I was just like, I was more outraged that she didn't believe that Daryl was gonna live like throughout the course of this entire.
What are you,
show.
dumb?
Like, he's there. Rick's gonna go before Daryl.
Yeah. Yeah, they would definitely kill off Rick before they kill off Daryl. People would stop watching.
I was like waiting for this. There's certain points, like I said, the show hits points in the book, and in the book, pretty early on, there is a line that Rick says, and Carl kept asking, like when they were walking with Michonne, what are we going to say when we get to Terminus? Who are we going to say we are?
Oh yeah.
And I was waiting. There's this line that I was just waiting for it to happen, and it was like, "We are the Walking Dead." Like I was waiting for Rick to say it, because it's like if you ever seen the panel, and I'm sure they have it at comic book shows or something, like the panel of Rick, and it has the bubble, and it says "We are the Walking Dead." Like he finally, that's the title of the show is. It might not be the zombies; it's the people that are alive that are the Walking Dead. So they finally said it in the comic, and I was just waiting. Like I was like, "Oh, there it is. Here it is. What are we gonna tell them? What are we gonna tell them?" I was like, "It's probably stupid, like for him to say that," but I was like, "Oh, it's so telegraphed."
Oh God, I'm glad he didn't say that. I'm glad that they kind of just. He's
got to say it at some point. He's gonna say it in the course of the show.
No, they made it clear from the beginning, since the first episode. In all of everything they did, they were saying that The Walking Dead actually refers to the characters.
I hope people realize that.
They've been saying it since the beginning. Like everything that I saw about it, I'm like, oh, this is different. That's how I sold it to people. It's like, it's not just about zombies.
Well, people who watch the show also like Adam Sandler's Jack and Jill and Grown Ups too. Like you got to kind of be spoon fed, the story.
Oh.
And you know what I mean? Like they're not the smartest people in the world.
Why are you knocking Adam Sandler out of nowhere?
I hate
two Sandler movies. I gotta tell you this. There were parts we saw Jack and Jill. I saw Jack and Jill
in a theater.
There were funny parts to the movie
in the theater.
We actually did.
My gosh.
I haven't seen Grown Ups 2, but there were funny parts in Jack and Jill. There were some. I'm sorry.
Katie Holmes is like one of my all-time favorite people on this planet, and I could not watch that. I don't even think I've seen the whole thing. I can't. That did not even bring me.
Was she in that movie? Oh yeah, she was.
His wife.
She was his wife. But yeah, The Walking Dead has been amazing. And another thing, if you want a Walking Dead fix, you need to catch up on the video game. They're on episode 2 of the second season of the video game, and it's good. I like the first season. Better, and I don't want to tell you how the second season's going, but because it'll give stuff away about the first season.
Yeah, I'll do that. Do you have any anything you want to add to it, or anything you take away? What do you think is going to happen coming up? Like, just the pacing and how it goes. Like, you take the past season. How do you think season 5 is going to open, or how long do you think they're going to be at Terminus?
How long do I think they're going to be at Terminus?
Yeah.
I think they're gonna open fast and furious.
Yeah.
Like I think they're gonna basically bust out of that rail car. I mean, I think it's gonna continue pretty much right where it left off, and bust out of the railroad car, and then put it to those Terminus guys. Either that, or they'll bust out and get away. Go back and get that cache of
weapons.
Guns. Was that supposed to be the same bag that he had before? Because it's a different color, and it doesn't say sheriff on it.
Oh, I didn't pay close attention to that.
Because he's always had that sheriff bag of guns.
Yeah.
It's got to be a different bag because it's this one's blue, and it doesn't say sheriff on it. Yeah, I don't think so. What do you think? Well, I mean, I guess you kind of know where it's kind of heading. Oh, now, one thing I want to tell you, and don't spoil it for me, but I just want to get this out there. I think that what's that guy's name with a mullet?
Eugene.
I think Eugene's full of shit, and he has no idea what it is. Because from the beginning, I'm like, all right, this guy might be smart. He might be
fucking rocket scientist.
Yeah, he might pretend to be smart, or he might be smart enough to just tell people that he knows something so that they'll stop at nothing to keep him alive.
Yeah.
But I think he's full of shit.
He is, I'm not going to spoil anything, because actually it's to a point where you know something about him, but you don't know his ultimate agenda. But he's definitely taking advantage of Abraham's soldier. My mission is to get this guy to DC.
Yeah.
He's definitely taking advantage of that either way.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
What were you going to say? No, go ahead.
I love those three characters. I think they're going to be huge on the show. I wonder if they're going to actually split, because the way we're watching our group of people. Eugene's got to get to DC, so I wonder if they're actually going to split and kind of have them, like, maybe you get one episode of what they're doing, kind of like how they just did that Daryl and Beth episode. You know what I mean?
Oh, you mean we're going to follow that other group?
Because we're going to follow our survivors. I mean, that's our group.
Yeah.
So if they're going to have to get him to DC, if that's the mission, then I wonder if they're going to leave for a while, and then you'll get like a recap episode of this is what they've been doing for the past month while our guys have been here.
Well, it's going to be weird if they split them up. And do you think some of our people are going to go with them?
I don't think so.
Because it'd be weird. So. What would the different missions be? Wouldn't it make more sense for all of them to go? Because they're not really doing anything here.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I think they're in search of like a place to stay. So maybe Rick wants to take over Terminus because it seems like it's safe. It's walled in.
Yeah.
So maybe that's their goal. Like I said, Terminus is not in the book, so I don't know how that's going to go down.
Yeah.
But I think you're going to see in the first, I don't know, maybe 3 episodes of the next one, like you said, they're just going to work on taking over that place because you see the change in Rick. Rick's like a badass now, where he didn't believe the guy for a second that everything's safe. How about when
I like the detective came out in him, and he was like,
But before that, when they were questioning, when they laid their weapons on the ground, and he was like, just put your weapons on the ground, we just got to check you. And then the guy makes a joke like, I hate to see the other guy, and Rick was like, you would.
Oh, like,
and then Carl, he goes to Carl, the guy goes to Carl, did they deserve it? And Carl, without question, went, yes. And Rick's, like, the way the camera was, like, Rick was in his background, and you see him kind of, like, smirk, like, okay, my son is in it.
Yeah.
Like, he knows what he's doing.
Carl, I'm kind of getting tired of the whole Carl, like, all of a sudden he respects his dad again, and then now he just doesn't respect his dad, or he's great with his dad, and all of a sudden he's, like, afraid of his dad. I'm like, okay, I understand you want to have some sort of tension, but it's like it's always goes to this extreme where he doesn't want anything to do with his dad. It's all it just keeps doing it over and over again.
His talk with Michonne, though, he actually said, "I'm not afraid of my dad. I'm afraid of," I think he said, myself. Because, like, everyone came out and said, like, the pacing of the story was like, here's Rick was a monster. He lost it. Herschel brought him back. Michonne said the same thing. Like, you guys brought me back. You brought me back, Carl. You were part of that. Carl was like, I don't know if I'm back.
Oh, because he thinks he said something about, like, I'm a monster.
I'm a monster, too.
And so what is it? He can't face his dad or something?
So maybe when he was watching his dad shank that guy, bite the guy's throat, and then, like, kill that guy, like, they pan to him in Michonne's arms, and he was, like, watching it, and you kind of were like, oh, poor Carl. But maybe he was like, good.
Yeah.
This guy deserves that.
Or, like, I wish I would have done that.
Or why didn't I do that? I wish I could do that. So
yeah,
I think that's what they're getting at with him. Is like, maybe he's going to lose it.
I like how Rick just guts that dude. Oh my God! What was the deal with April? Was freaking out with, like, the guy turning Carl over and he's, like, about to rape Carl. I was like, oh my God, they're about to rape this kid on television. Just the fact that he was undoing his pants, I'm like, whoa! And April's like, I don't know if I've ever seen child rape on television.
I went
terrifying.
back, and that's one of the things they hit that. That's almost panel for panel. But
really?
the characters are changed. Like, Michonne is not with them in the books.
Oh, on that part?
When that goes down, it's another person. I'm not going to spoil that, but it's another person, and that's almost scene for scene, panel for panel. The throat thing, and then the what were you just saying? The rape thing. Yeah.
Oh, the rape and did he gut the guy in the comic book?
Like, they had him on the ground, and it was the same thing. Like, like he was about to rape him, and it kind of shows you what Rick said. Like, I have to do that. That's what I have to do to keep him alive. I have to be able to bite some guy's throat out.
Oh yeah, yeah. I loved how the guy, you know, who's it? Michonne was kind of at a standoff with a guy. He had a knife to Carl's throat, and Rick just looked at him and came straight at him. The guy freaked out. He just got terrified, and he just killed that guy. The guy let go of Carl. It was insane. And
like you said, the detective mode, he kind of was like, where'd you get that fucking watch from? Where'd you get that poncho from?
Yeah. I like the guy's wearing the riot gear, and it's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, he got it from a cop.
Why is he just, like, wearing it around? It's really weird.
What else did I like about that? Oh, and then there's, like, all that, they walk through that room with all the candles and shit. And I didn't know it was on the floor. I don't know if it's, like, personal items for all those names that are on the floor.
Yeah, I don't know.
But then it said never trust, never again. And Brick sees that, and he's like, this is what his mentality is, too.
Yeah. Well, I also, when they were running from them, did you notice that they were herding them like cattle? That's exactly how they herd cattle.
Bree goes, they're the worst shots ever. I was like, they're shooting at the floor.
Yeah. I was like, they're shooting at the ground and making them. Yeah. They're hurting them like cattle.
Well, the guy even says, the guy was like, don't let them go that way.
Yeah, yeah.
You saw the guy shooting in that direction.
They're terrible. They keep shooting in that one spot.
Here's the. Well, I have two questions. Where do you think Beth is?
Oh, the entire episode, April just kept saying over and over again, where is Beth? Where's Beth? I don't know where she is. I think it's like a crazy dude, maybe like a crazy preacher guy that stole her because she went away in a car with a cross on it, which I can tell has got to be from the comic book because that's totally a comic book looking thing.
The car might not be. The symbolism of the cross is.
Oh, okay.
It's awesome. I think it's awesome the way they're going to go with that. It's going to be cool.
And I think maybe it's a cult of some sort. I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at.
That's a good guess. The cross, you picked up on the cross. That's good.
Yeah.
That's a huge symbolism in the for the book. And I personally don't think anybody's in those other containers that we know, where they were running by that fence with all the bones. and you hear people screaming.
Yeah.
I don't think that's Carol and Tyrese.
I thought that was Glenn and Maggie and them. At first, when they ran by.
When you first, yeah. Yeah, I think that would be natural to think that was them. But I don't think that's anyone we know. That could just be people who they're cooking right now. You know what I mean? They're cooking up steaks.
That's lunch.
They're kind of closer to the entrance.
Yeah.
We're closer to the fucking basketball court of Bones, whatever that was.
Right. It's so funny. I wonder how those people got together, because that guy, the leader guy, just doesn't seem like a farmer, because everything is very much like someone that runs a big cattle mill, cattle like farm. It's run like that. So I don't know how he's in charge of this. He seems like a guy from like the West Village of Manhattan. He's like from Greenwich Village, some dude that lives there in New York and has like like a graphic design job.
Totally not his like personality. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And they were like standing around. It looked like maps. I don't know. It looked like kind of like something you would see in a war room or something when they first came in there. It was weird. I think there might be a chance that Carol and Tyrese would swoop in and help him out at some point.
True. I can see Carol. I can see Carol going there and being like, "All right, I'm in."
That is, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like, oh, you're eating people? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because she's kind of badass in her own. And she's also the opposite of Carol in the books. Like, Carol in the books was still that hopeless.
Oh no, is she?
At the beginning, hopeless. Beaten by her husband, kind of.
Oh, she's still pathetic.
So the way that. What's that actress's name? She took it like in a whole different direction. She's perfect.
Oh, she's incredible.
Yeah, should know her name.
Hold on a second.
Melissa
McBride.
Melissa McBride. She's great.
Yes. Melissa McBride is amazing in that role. Yeah.
I think you can assume, with all the names on the ground, that Terminus. Those were all members of Terminus, and someone came in there and just annihilated them, because that's what the Never Trust.
Right.
Never again. Maybe they trusted someone to come in. Maybe it was one of those Woodbury type things where everyone was fine, and then somebody took over and just slaughtered all those people.
Right.
So now they're just like, it's us. Anyone who comes in, we're, eating them or torturing them or whatever they want to do.
You know what's weird is it's strange, because it seems like they have so much food that they wouldn't really need to lure in a bunch of other people and keep them like cattle and eat humans. They have a ton of food there. You see, like they're like gardening everywhere. There's like vegetables all over the place.
Yeah.
Like maybe every once in a while, like chop someone up. Do it like that. Do it like the lottery, that short story where they, pull out the lottery and you get treated like a king for a day, and then they stone you. Yeah, that's really weird. I haven't thought of that. So do you have anything else for The Walking Dead? Oh, you had another question, didn't you?
Yeah. Do you think anyone ate when Maggie's group first showed up? Because there she was, like you said, she had the grill going. She goes, "Anybody want something to eat?" Who do you think out of that group was like, "I'm in"?
Abraham looked pretty. He looks like a guy that gets into some ribs, right away. Abraham, oh God!
I think he's one of those guys that's just like, all right, there's meat there. I'm going to eat that. Like, I think everyone else that we kind of know, well, maybe Bob. Maybe Bob is going to. Bob and Abraham going to join some barbecue.
Yeah. Bob's like, oh, I love some ribs. Do you have any beer?
Yeah.
Y'all got beer?
I think everyone else is kind of guarded. Like, I think Glenn will be guarded. No, he'll guard Maggie, I think. But yeah, I was just wondering if any of them. So when it opens to season 5, is Abraham going to be like, well, they be fucking cooking some humans?
It starts off with in between season 4 and season 5, Rick tells them it's humans, or like they realize it's humans, and Abraham realized that he just ate some. So very first scene, it's just Abraham throwing up horribly.
His guts out.
It's like, oh, Abraham and probably Eugene. Eugene probably had at it. Hopefully they give that girl, what's her name? The girl that's with Abraham?
Rosita.
Rosita. Hopefully they give her some lines and some personality.
I think, I just read this today. I think she's in the main cast for next season.
Oh, like she gets credits?
Upgraded
she gets
to main
credits?
cast. She's not featuring. I don't know how they...
Oh. Spoiler alert.
And so
she's not going to get eaten in between.
So is the other one. The one that was with Glenn. The sister. Lesbian.
Oh, yeah. Masterson. She's Danny Masterson's sister. Half-sister.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then obviously the other Danny Masterson's brother. And then there's like another...
A spoiler alert, because now you know who's going to be around for a while.
Yeah. Thanks a lot for that.
Well, I think that's going to be public knowledge, or it is public knowledge. I read it today. God, it's a long wait till October.
Oh God, it's going to be it's going to be end of October, isn't it? Don't they always do it
right after Halloween or around Halloween, maybe?
Yeah, they always do it around Halloween.
My
God,
all right, so read the books, and I'm going to play those games.
Yeah, you should play the games.
Yeah.
I don't see how you stopped. It's just now that you have all of them.
Like I said, I froze. It froze when I was playing one, so it was like I finished one or two, like 3 chapters, and then it froze, and then it wouldn't let me continue. So it was like I'd have to start from the beginning. And like I hate having to do something that I invested all that time in. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like it wouldn't let me load up my game save.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. So yeah, I might as well start over. Oh, I'm gonna have to anyway.
That sucks.
All right.
I can't believe we got rid of the whole thing. Thanks for listening to our mini episode, and
until next time. Save it.
Shit.
What the? I thought I was supposed to say.
Okay.
Next time.
And so, as always,
until next time.
Save it for the podcast.
Why are you going so fucking slow?
You went slow.